With the Star Wars Battlefront beta finally over, players now catch a glimpse of what the game will be like come retail. I'm here to talk to you guys about the good, the bad, and the great of Star Wars Battlefront. Alright guys, to kick this video off, I just want to let you guys know, first of all, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like down below, and that will show me that you guys enjoy this video, and I will make more. Alright, so to start off, the Star Wars Battlefront beta was live on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and by now, thousands and thousands of players have had the chance to enact their small part in the grand struggle of Alliance and Empire, and perhaps larger if they're not quite so as terrible as I am. But, you know, I have to be honest, I really like the older Star Wars games, and I had some doubts about this one, but after playing the beta, I have a blind craving for more, and that's a very good sign. The beta offers 3 modes: a tutorial-ish PvE horde mode called Survival, a smaller zone control game called Drop Zone, which helps you get into the mode of fighting humans, and Walker Assault, an epic large-scale clash that's clearly the main dish of this particular meal. That's where I've spent most of my time. It's not without its problems, but it's one hell of a ride. So let's talk about the good first. Alright, first we gotta talk about the visuals. All numbers aside, DICE has produced a gorgeous game, as close to a recreation of the original trilogy as I'm going to ask for right now. They've got Lucas's concept of a used future down. You see it in the blasters, all worn and stripped, like this is neither the first nor the last battle they're gonna see. Just standing on some hill and looking out at all the soldiers scurrying across it conveys a certain sense of scope. The blasters themselves were a welcome surprise. I was worried that laser-based weapons would lack the kinetic oomph of their real-world counterparts, but man, was I wrong. There's something hugely satisfying about firing these weapons, from hitting their Gears of War style active reload just right, to leading the enemy as he or she runs across the battlefield. When a laser hits a stormtrooper, they stumble and fall with that same awkward surprise they've always had in the movies. And the jump packs! The jump packs! They take a bit to unlock, but you'll be blasting all over the map like a goody school child once you get one. It all feeds into the larger game. The design of the Walker Assault comes into 3 acts. In each one, the Alliance has to hold down transmitters to lock Y-Wings in to attack the AT-ATs. The Y-Wings arrive at set intervals to drop the AT-AT's shields and open them up to attack. The longer the transmitters are held, the more Y-Wings and the more time to destroy the AT-ATs. After a Y-Wing attack, 2 new transmitters go live, moving the action from some snowy cliffs into rebel bunkers and back out into an open expanse. It gives each match structure, even if the matches have a balance problem right now. I'm terrible at these games, which is always a bellwether of how well made it is. A great game makes you enjoy it whether you're winning it or losing it. And that's how this game feels. Also, playing as Luke or Vader is absurdly fun. And it seems to work so far, which anyone that remembers Battlefield 4 will be happy to know. Let's talk about the bad. Like I mentioned, anyone who's played the Walker Assault level a few times has noticed that there's a balance issue. It's basically impossible for the Alliance to win. The teams switch sides every round, and yet every time the Walkers make it through. In one round as Alliance, my team did just about as well as would be possible, holding on to both control points for the entire time, focusing fire when told, etc, etc. We still lost. This shouldn't be too hard to fix, however, but hopefully both Walker Assault and the rest of the levels will be better balanced once we get to retail. The vehicle controls too left a lot to be desired, especially in the air. The fighters seem to sit somewhere between frenetic and floaty, and the limited time you get with them means that you'll need 3 or 4 deployments just to get a moderate hang on how to use them. One supposes the fighter squadron mode could offer a sort of training ground. The AT-STs too just didn't have the impact I was hoping for, but that might be because of the aforementioned skill shortage. And as a smaller note, I just hate unlockables. More specifically, I hate it when nearly every gun or item in the game is unlockable. I can think of no better way to discourage people from playing than forcing them to start with a single weapon and no power-ups, only to be destroyed by people who have played long enough to get all the goodies. In the beta, you get most of what you need in an hour or so, but that's beside the point. There's no reason to make a person's intro to a game be quite that restrictive. Lastly, let's talk about the great of the Star Wars Battlefront beta. This is one of those ineffable things, but at the end of the day, it's really all that matters. This game feels like Star Wars. Everything from the music and the sound of the guns to the sprinting through the massive lumbering legs of an AT-AT while the sky lights up with lasers just feels true to the original trilogy. There's an epic scope even in the smaller drop zone battles. One borrowed from the story that we've all known for decades, but deployed with all of its original force. Star Wars games, either hit or miss, largely based on how well they can conjure up that fantastical feeling. And here, DICE has done it. Guys, I want to thank you for watching the good, the bad, and the great of the Star Wars Battlefront beta. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys come release. Adios, amigos.